There's only 3 games left in the NFL this season, which means there's only 3 more opportunities to win big from the sports books. Stay tuned for my 5 best bets from this weekend. Welcome, football fans, to another edition of IDP Plus Bets. What is up, folks? I'm your host, the D-Gen Doc, and we are back for another week to make some cash. That is right, folks. We are talking NFL offensive props, best props of the weekend here. Coming off a nice, solid divisional round where we went 2 for 4. We hit a plus 170 and a plus 290. Kareem Hunt and SaquonBarkley getting home for us with relative ease there. Very profitable. Hitting even going 2 for 4, almost hit a 3 to 1 and then a 2 to 1. So nice securing profit there. And we're looking to take that momentum and continue it on here in the conference championship weekend. Look, folks, the NFL bracket is very much filling itself out. We've got 4 teams left in the playoffs. A spot in the Super Bowl in New Orleans is on the line here. So the teams are playing for all the marbles, and we're playing to get some more marbles in our pocket here because we are going against the book. And here are my 5 favorite props for this weekend. If you're new to the show, the way this works is I've got 5 plus money props. They're going to go from the lowest odds to the highest odds. Lowest odds we have is plus 180. The highest odds sitting at plus 450 there. So it's 5 bets I love. And without further ado, let's get right into it. And for this week, first bet, we're going to run it back. I mean, look, Kareem Hunt has been my guy. He was my guy last playoffs where he scored me a nice 11-1 on his 2 touchdowns. Last week, plus 170, anytime touchdown. And this week, the sportsbooks are doing us a favor. I mean, they made his number even juicier, even better. Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown, plus 180 this week. I mean, this is the guy who leads the Chiefs in touchdowns on the year with 8. He has scored a touchdown in the last 3 games. I understand people were hesitant with Isaiah Pacheco coming back, and what is that split's going to look like? We heard it from Andy Reid himself. He said things have been working well, so we're going to continue to do the same splits, right? They're going to split carries, and Kareem Hunt is the goal line back. He is the bigger back. They were kind of messing with Carson Steele, Samaje Perine, those guys in the regular season, but it's the playoffs, too much on the line. They bought Kareem Hunt back to this team for a reason. They trust him, especially in the red zone. So give me Kareem Hunt to punch it in at a plus 180 there, starting us off nice and juicy. I just think that price is way, way too high for the leading rushing. He's the leading touchdown scorer on the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to get in the end zone. All right, next guy, another guy. We're starting off with 2 back-to-back old reliable plays. And SaquonBarkley and Kareem Hunt cashed for us last week, so I'm going to go back to the SaquonBarkley and Kareem Hunt. Well, SaquonBarkley to have a longest rush of 30-plus yards at plus 180. This is just SaquonBarkley this year has been the guy to break off long runs, especially against the Washington Commanders. He has hit this in both the games he's played against Washington. He had a long of 68 and a long of 39. He has 296 rushing yards in the 2 games combined against this Washington defense. This Washington defense that is giving up over 140 yards a game and over 5 yards a carry, from the regular season and heading in the playoffs there. Another reason I like this is Jalen Hurts is a little banged up. He's got a knee injury he's dealing with. Yes, I understand they're saying he's fully practicing. I am not so quick to believe he's going to be 100%. I think he will definitely not be 100%. And with limited mobility, they're going to have to lean on the run game. So I think SaquonBarkley is going to get a ton of attempts to get this one. I love for him to break one, 30-plus yards. You can also play the 40-plus yards at plus 375. Again, he's had, last week he went for 70, had a couple big runs there. Saquon, all he needs is a crease, and this is not the best rushing defense with Washington. So I love Saquon to get loose here. 30-plus longest rush at plus 180. All right, folks, we've given out 2 out of 3, which means it's time for me to tell you about some of the great things we got going over here on IDP Plus. First thing I got to tell you about is our memberships. That's right. Get exclusive access to tools, data, articles, and a subscriber Discord that is only for our members. We have different tiers, and no matter what tier interests you, you can use the promo code PROPS to get 20% off of your membership. Go to idpplus.com/membership. Also, want to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel. Get $50 in bonus bets when you deposit $10. idpplus.com/FanDuel. And don't worry, we do not discriminate because we're also hooked up with DraftKings. $50 in bonus bets when you deposit $50. idpplus.com/DraftKings. Those will all be in the show notes. All right, moving on to bet number 3 of the weekend here. And we are sticking in that Commanders Philly game. And we're talking another running back, Mr. AustinEkeler, but we're going to target him in the receiving department. 40 plus receiving yards at plus 235. He had over 40 plus receiving yards in his game last week against Detroit. He has hit this in 6 out of the 14 games he has played. So almost a 50% hit right there for a plus 235. Love that. And he only played the Eagles one time this year due to injury. He went for 8 catches and 89 yards. He was the leading receiver for the Commanders the last time his two teams played. And this Philly linebacking core no longer has Nakobe Dean, their most dynamic linebacker, one of their better cover guys. I think that AustinEkeler out of the backfield is going to give this linebacking core fits for the Philadelphia Eagles. I love AustinEkeler, 40 plus receiving yards at plus 235. All right, and we're going to end with 2 bets that are in the similar realm here, and we're talking big plays. We are talking longest reception. If we're going to talk big plays and anybody on the Chiefs, it's got to be this guy, Mr. XavierWorthy, 30-plus yard reception at a nice, juicy plus 350. So this is his longest catch, over 30 yards there. Look, last time he played the Bills, he had a 31-yard reception, so this bet would have cashed. And there's also some injury situation we got to worry about here. The safety for the Buffalo Bills, Taylor Rapp, was carted off the field, has not practiced the first 2 days of practice here this week, even though, they said the injury was just day-to-day. It's looking likely we're going to get a rookie safety in Cole Bishop out of Utah making a start back there. First, this is going to be his first playoff start. This is a big, test for him. And who better to test him than Patrick Mahomes and XavierWorthy taking the top off this defense? There's not many players on this Chiefs team that can take the top off the defense. XavierWorthy is one of them, so I love them taking a couple D shots to Worthy and him hitting over a 30-yard catch. He obviously has great speed, so run after catch ability is obviously there. And look, it's going to be cold. It's going to be mid-20s, but wind should not be a factor. So I like Patrick Mahomes being able to air it out and XavierWorthy getting under it there. All right, our last and 5th and final pick. Again, we are sticking in that same market, and we're going to head over to the first game, and we were talking Mr. DyamiBrown, a guy that since Noah Brown, the wide receiver 2, went out on the IR, he has really stepped up. DyamiBrown, we're going 30-plus longest reception as well at plus 450. He has hit this in the last 2 games. Yes, both playoff games, he has went over this 450 number. He's hit this in 3 of the last 4, including the last time he played the Eagles, where he had a 51-yard catch. This guy has stepped up in the loss of Noah Brown, and he is a big play threat. I think this Philadelphia Eagles defense is a good defense. I think the Commanders understand they're going to have to take some shots on him. They took some shots, to DyamiBrown last game. They took some shots to Terry McLaurin. There is opportunity there. Again, weather, it's going to be cold in Philadelphia, but wind and no wind, no snow. It should be mostly clear for Jaden Daniels to launch some. And DyamiBrown is the guy that's got to come down with it, right? You got Quinyon Mitchell dealing with a little bit of a shoulder injury. I already talked about the linebacker core with Nakobe Dean, the kind of one of the leaders on defense. I mean, he wore the green dot. He helped get people lined up. So I like Washington to be able to take a couple shots here with DyamiBrown. Give me his 30-plus receiving yards at plus 450. Again, has hit this in 3 out of the last 4 games, which is insane to be getting plus 450, almost a 5-to-1. All right, folks, we're going to do a quick recap about a quick recap for the bets that I have given out here. So without further ado, let's pull up this slide. So wrapping up here, we have Kareem Hunt to find the end zone yet again for us at a nice juicy plus 180. SaquonBarkley to do what SaquonBarkley does and rip off a long run of at least 30 yards at plus 180. AustinEkeler to be a threat out of the backfield as he's been his whole career. 40 plus receiving yards at plus 235. XavierWorthy to go over the top. 30 plus yard reception at plus 350. And DyamiBrown to do what he has done in the past couple of games. Get behind the defense and grabbing a deep ball there. We saw him last week catch one with basically his eyes closed with Kirby Joseph kind of face guarding him here. DyamiBrown, 30-plus yard reception at plus 450. All right, folks, that is it. That'll about do it. Look, we've only got 3 games left in this NFL season. We got to do our best to cherish this great football that we have. The Super Bowl ticket is on the line here. And if these guys are going to be playing for everything they've got, why not make a little cash off them? All right, folks. So those are my 5 favorite bets for this weekend. Talking offensive props, all plus money, all looking to make some good money this conference championship weekend. From us here at IDT Plus Bets, we hope you enjoy the games. Have a great weekend, and we will see you back for Super Bowl week in a couple weeks here. All right, my friends, until next time.
Thank you for watching the IDP Plus YouTube network. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to tap the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new content.